Excuse me there, I just had a bit of a smoke with my bee smoker. Hello and welcome back to Feed the Bees. All the mods 6, and we are going deep down the resourceful bees mod, checking it out and seeing if we can get some resourceful bees on our glorious farm. Last episode you'll remember that we went out on the hunt for different types of bees, gathered some bee nests, brought them home, and set them up as bees that should give us honey. Now they've been doing honey in the background, I've been gathering it here and there. I haven't got too much of it yet, so we're going to have to leave them for a little bit longer. But this episode we're going to look into the other parts of resourceful bees, see if we can work out how to please the other bees that we caught, and what we can do with the honey to turn it into something we can use. Okay, let's do it! Okay, now you may notice as well, in between the episodes, I made the hive area a little bit more beautiful, got my shears out and turned this tree into some hedges and put some fences around just to make the whole thing look a little bit nicer. So let's take a look at our beehives again. Now the process for... Oh wait, hang on a sec, I've just noticed. The bee smoker, it has durability. I did not know that. I've got to stop tokening it up at the entrance. Oh man. Okay, so what we do is we go over here, right click on the beehive, bee nest, whatever it is. Scrape it up to get some of these sweet, sweet honeycombs. Schmockety schmock. I should only use the smoker once. I shouldn't keep spamming it because that's going to waste the smoker. And bada boom, bada bing. So far I've got 18 RGB honeycombs. These things have quite a quick turnaround. Wait, this thing's got one bee in it and this guy's out getting stuff. I mean, these things make honeycombs kind of quickly, but the problem is we've got no automated way of getting honeycombs out of these bee nests. It is possible to do. I've done it. I've dabbled with a few methods and ways of doing it. But what's tricky right now is that I don't have the materials to make a bee nest or a beehive. Basically, it goes from bee nests to beehives to bee apiaries. And apiaries are pretty endgame resourceful bees. But to make a beehive, the problem is we need grass. And I have no idea how to get grass. Like, it's growing everywhere, yeah? I mean, in theory, you can dig it up, but you need, like, silk touch. It says here, to make grass, we need to get nature essence or... arc furnace recipe. Maybe grass can be found inside like a loot box or something, like a special chest. I don't know. If you guys know how to get grass, let me know in the comments section. Likewise, don't be afraid to hit subscribe, ding the bell to be notified when there's new episodes, and become a member of the channel if you fancy it to help support. So here we go. Man, yeah, like I said, in between that preamble, all that guffing I was doing, we've already got some more honey in here. So let's just get that out. Quick smoke. Quick honeycomb. This guy must be almost done. Honey level says 3. I think it has to get to 5 before you get actual honey. Oh no, looks like it has to get to, 5. There we go. Boom. Bit of smoke. And there we go. And this is much better actually. We're getting much closer to a stack. Well, 24. Pretty far. But we've got enough to go forwards with in our centrifuge. Now, like most mods, you can start things off pretty simple with just a mechanical centrifuge. And if we look here in the resourceful bees list, there should be a centrifuge here, if I can see it or find it. Maybe I can't. Yeah, here we go. Congealer, honey tank, breeder, storage, centrifuge, manual centrifuge. This is the bad boy we want because this lets us just manually turn all these honeycombs into either honey or beeswax. We'll need an iron trapdoor or 2. We'll need a barrel. Well, there's a bunch of those on the boat. And we'll need a lever. And barrels, yeah, we'll get one from the boat. In fact, we'll get a lever from the boat. We might even be able to find an iron trapdoor on the boat. So, all in all, it's time to hit the boat. I've wanted to come back to this boat as well for another reason, and that's because there is supposed to be some materials on this boat. We're supposed to be able to find a chest that will let us start mine colonies, but we didn't. I'm not quite sure why. Chisel, polished blackstone, a chain, and I'm wondering, is there a hidden chest on this boat somewhere that we couldn't find? Oh, what's down here? No, this looks like the place we were at before. I mean, there are barrels here, so we could just grab one of these. Dried kelp blocks. Maybe the kelp's good. You need a hoe to dig it up. Well, we're just going to use our hands. There's no barrels hidden by this kelp. Is there any down here? Maybe? No. So we're looking for a secret chest that's going to have the materials we need to start mine colonies. I don't really want to do mine colonies, although we could dabble with it. We could try it. But what we really need is the stuff. Now, this is a chest. It's empty, though. I'm very confused about that. Bum, bum, bum. So some of these barrels are Minecraft barrels. Some of them, the round ones, are actually from a mod. So we have to make sure we get the proper Minecraft ones. Where is my axe? There it is. Let's grab a Minecraft barrel. Don't mind. What's in the barrel? Oh! Cobblestone? Wait, there's stuff in all these barrels. Oh, no way! I had no idea. Oh, I should have checked. I just assumed. And you know what they say about assumptions? Oh, there's food in here. Oh, no way. It wasn't in the chests. Oh, I can't believe I made this massive mistake. Such a rookie move. Well, let's just put some of these things back into my backpack. Yeah, man, there's food in here. What else do these barrels hold? Where are the other barrels? No barrels in here. I mean, a cartography table might be good, but at the end of the day, I've got mini-maps, so it doesn't really matter. You open that barrel. We've opened these two barrels. There were some barrels back here. Water bottles. I mean, kind of useless. Oh, it's getting dark. Let's use the bed in the boat. The boat bed. Man, I had no idea. Okay, that's changed a lot of things for me. We do still have the problem that we don't have the mine colony stuff from the barrels. So maybe there's some barrels up here that will have what we're looking for. Let's try the other rooms. In here, are there any barrels in here? Yes. Ah, tools. These would have been helpful 6 years ago. And of course, build tool, paper will take, town hall. Oh, it was all in here all along. I had no idea. That really sucks. Right, so we are looking for stuff to make the centrifuge. We have now a barrel, some iron trap, some levers at least. We need the iron trap doors, but we can make those ourselves with the iron that we've got. So let's do it. A lever on the right, and bam, we have our manual centrifuge. We only need one of these because we have to do it by hand. If I could employ an army of slaves to slowly kind of mix away my my honeycomb into honey, that'd be useful. Alas, I do not have any slaves, so we've got to do this manually. Oh, we're going to need bottles. Empty bottles. Well, I'm kind of glad I got these bottles of water then. Is there a way to get the water out of the bottles? Yeah, just drink it. Okay, cool. Perfect. So with the bottles empty now, we can chuck them in the centrifuge. And if we put these in the bottom left there, we put the honeycomb above that. Where have I put that? In here, 30. Let's go grab one more round of honeycomb, because this stuff recharges so quickly. I mean, you can see why it's kind of easy early on to get honeycomb, but it takes forever going backwards and forwards to the different hives. Okay, in you go with the honeycomb, and now let's start mixing it and see what happens. So I think you crouch and you hold, do you hold left click? With an empty hand, you right click. So I can hold down right click, if you can hear me over this, and it goes slower, but if I tap it very quickly, it goes much quicker. But for the sake of my sanity and my fingers and my mouse, I'm just going to hold it down until we run out. Okay, let's take a look and see what we've done so far. So at the moment we've got 14 left, so we've used roughly half of the honeycombs, and out of that we've only got 2 beeswax and 2 bottles of honey? That sounds crazy. What do we use the bottles of honey for? So rainbow honey is kind of cool. You can use RGB honey to make any dye in the game, any color dye, which is super useful, very useful. It means, for one, we don't need squids for black ink, which is great news. But the big one for us is we can use it to get a Bpedia. We only need one bottle. So instead of sitting here and grinding out the rest of these honeycombs, what I'm going to do now is go and get the rest of the things we need to make our Bpedia. So the big one we need for the Bpedia is a piece of redstone dust. Now, I don't have any redstone, but redstone is super easy to find at low levels in our mine. Okay, so we're going to go into the mine and see if we can find some redstone. Redstone typically spawns at very low levels.
Very low levels. Very low levels.
Redstone typically spawns at the lowest of levels.
Redstone typically spawns at the lowest of levels.
Oh, hello. Exactly what we're looking for right in front of us. Redstone ore. Perfect. And what else is down here? Not a great deal. We haven't got a huge amount, 36, but strictly for the purposes of bees, we're going to call it a day for our mining project. Soapstone, cobblestone. Yeah, let's get some cobblestone down here, out of the way. Yeah, because we want to be focusing on bees and not mining too much, we're going to call our mining expedition short a little bit. And let's get topside. Oh, bada bing, bada boom. We've got ourselves a Bpedia on the go. Excellent. Right, so let's put this bad boy into motion. We've got over here our bees. Let's wait until they come out. As soon as an RGB comes out, we're going to right-click on that bad boy and take a look and see how he works. Boom. Okay, RGB. Here we go. So this is the Bpedia, and this is how it works. This bee is a regular-sized bee. It's got a health of 10, a damage of 1. It's been 67 seconds in the hive, before modifications, I believe. I don't know what passive means. Poisonous, well, that's worrying. I guess that means if it stings you, you're done for it. It loses its stinger, which I think means when it stings you, the bee dies as well. That's terrible. And it shows here all the flowers that this bee will go and eat. And as you can see, it'll eat every single flower there is. Well, that's food for thought, but we already know what an RGB likes to eat. That's not important, that's not going to help us. What is going to help us is taking a look at some of these other bees that we have. Also, you can take a look at the Bpedia to work out other things such as breeding. So with breeding, if the parents are RGBs, you'll get an RGB. If the children are RGBs... Wait, no. If the parents are RGBs and glowing bees, you get a redstone bee. If it's an RGB and a stoned bee, wait, you get a lapis bee. How'd you get a stoned bee? What is this? Dye plate? Hemp fiber? Right, yes, and an RGB and an RGB, you get another bee. So as you can see, you can breed bees with other bees to get totally separate, new, fresh bees. Interesting. How do you get two bees to breed, though? Well, you have to give them something. You got to give them some incentive. Where's this guy going? Where's he going? There's two bees in here. One bee in here. What's he doing? Oh, he wants to eat that flower this time. Well, I don't like that. Don't do that. Use the flowers that are close to you. Maybe they were all taken, so he had to find somewhere elsewhere. Where's he going now? Anyway, yeah, much like to get a cow to breed, you have to give them something. You have to give bees something to breed, and that's what these things are here. So if you give an RGB any kind of dye, he will breed with another bee that has also had some dye, and you get a mini bee, just like you get a mini cow. And they'll float around and go to the nearest hive, mostly. Also, bees can mutate stuff. If we put a dirty honeycomb block in front of a beehive that has dirty bees in, it'll come out and sometimes mutate a block into something. It can mutate them into dirt, or it can mutate it into a dirty jar, a bee with a dirty jar in, a jar with a dirty bee inside. Which is interesting, it's cool. It's a great way, if you've only got one bee, it's a great way to get another bee without having to breed it with its own stuff, because you can't breed it with itself because it's only got one bee. So you can use mutations to duplicate bees that you only have one of, which is useful. I'm slightly worried actually about our bees. 2 in here, 1 in here, but the other bee he's kind of vanished. Oh no, he's over here. What is he doing now? Maybe he got bored of the same old flowers. I guess it could happen. Let's put down some more of these golden flowers near the bees. There's a ton of them around, so they're not too rare. I still want some spider bees on the go, so let's see what they need to eat. A spider bee needs... what kind of flower? Wool! It needs wool! Of course. So we're going to put down a couple... we're going to use the red box for spider bees. So we'll get rid of the lavender flower, because these bees do not like that stuff. Put down a white wool and a black wool, why not? There's a white wool. There's a black wool. And now a couple of spider bees. Oh, he's doing it! Look at that! He's eating the wool. Perfect. And his friend wants to try and eat the same wool, but his other friend doesn't like it. Come on, dude, don't do that. Can I just push him away? Just, guys, come on, there's enough wool for both of you. What's going on? Okay, yeah, no, okay, that works. So one of them has gone into the thing and is putting his stuff in there, and is it working? I think it's working. Yeah, okay. They kind of messed around a bit, but it does look like they've eaten the wool and gone back into the bee nest. Perfect. Aha! So a leafy bee will use tree leaves, and luckily I put down these hedges. That's perfect. So we're going to put a leafy bee in here. We can probably try and mutate him. Where is he? There he is, leafy. Maybe I have 2. No, I've only got 1. That's fine. Maybe we can try and mutate him to get him to make another bee. There's a 1 in 5 chance. But this guy should go over to the hedges and just fill up this with honey. Perfect. So then this other hive here, we're going to put in the mason bees. To get mason bees, we're going to need clay. No sweat. So I guess it's a case of just jumping in the river, see if we can find some clay. So now we can go and put the mason bees down, and then we should have our bee nests ready to tick by in the background. So again, we can get rid of these lavenders. They hate it. We can get rid of these lavenders, because this guy likes hedges. And we're going to put down, we could maybe even put down 2 blocks of clay, just to future-proof ourselves. Clay here, bada boom, bada bing. Check our backpack for the mason bees. We do actually have 3 of these. Down goes 1, eating the clay. There goes another guy, eating the clay. Perfect! Everything is ticking along, and as the sun sets, this is the perfect time to call an end to this episode. Right, so thank you for watching, guys. I've been Sjin. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Ding the bell for notifications on when the next episode's coming out. And, of course, become a member if you fancy it to help support. What I'm going to do is think about where we're going from here. We've kind of done bees for the time being. So I think next episode, we're going to try and think about the grander scheme of things. Crops, cattle, storage, and power. Maybe even next episode we're going to think about getting a power plant going, some windmills down. That way we can get like an automated centrifuge that will do all this stuff automatically with power. Electricity. Anyway, until next time, thank you for watching and take care.